Happy day, students. I hope you're fit and fine at home. Today, let's learn something very interesting from class 8, Prose. The name of the chapter is The Boy Who Broke the Bank. Now, when we look at the title, we would be really wondering, how can a boy break a bank? Yes, but the title looks very interesting and it is written by Ruskin Bond. You can look at the image of the author that I've given on the screen. He is Mr. Ruskin Bond. Let us know more about him. So Mr. Ruskin Bond was born on May 19th, 1934 in Kasauli, India. He is an eminent contemporary Indian writer of British descent. He has authored inspiring children's books and wrote his first novel, The Room on the Roof, when he was just 17 years old. He was awarded the Sahitya Academy Award to honor his work of literature. Rusty, The Boy from the Hills, Angry River, The Blue Umbrella, Crazy Times with Uncle Ken, and Delhi is Not Far are few of his famous works. You can definitely read one of these children or whichever you are interested because all the stories are very, very nice and very, very interesting. So you can definitely read few of them. Now, before we move on to the story, let us understand few things. What do you mean by a rumor? Rumor is something we all know is some information which is not right or which is not correct. This information does not have a base at all. So when we or when anybody spreads an information that is not correct, it converts into a rumor. It becomes a rumor, baseless information. So is it right to spread such rumors? No, it is not right, isn't it? Would you like to spread a rumor? Would you like to spread an information which is not correct? For example, if somebody says you just love playing games, and then somebody says he's such a lazy boy or a girl, doesn't like to play games at all, you will feel angry, right? You will feel upset, right? Why is somebody talking about something which is not correct? So the same thing happens when we pass on rumors without checking the origin of the information. That means we have to check whether the information is correct, whether it has any value, whether it is right, only then we should pass on the information. But if you're not sure about any information, it is better we don't pass on rumors because it's not the right thing to do. So what should we do when we realize that the information that we have shared or the information that is shared with us is not correct? So when we understand that the information that is shared with us or the news that is shared with us is not correct, we should see to it that we don't discuss about it anymore. We should stop discussing about it with anyone and everyone so that we don't become the reason to spread rumors. So understand children, it is always better or always right to talk truth, always right to spread information which is correct rather than spreading information which is wrong, because tomorrow if the same information reaches the person about whom we are discussing, imagine how the person would feel. If something wrong is spread about us, won't we feel bad? Similarly, others would also feel the same. So it is better we don't spread rumors. So let us understand what is the plot of the story. The story is very humorous and the central theme is about gossip, anxiety, discontent, trust, panic, and rumor. So as I said, this information itself is wrong, which is spread throughout the story. So there's a lot of gossip, there's a lot of anxiety, discontent. Anxiety is when you're worried, that feel, that's anxiety. Discontent is when you're not happy or satisfied with something. Trust, when you don't want to believe something. Panic, when you're really, really scared or you have some fear about something. And rumor, which is a baseless information. A casual remark is taken seriously and the conclusion is very humorous. So a casual remark, when you say something casually, when you don't mean it really and just say it as it goes, a simple statement. So a casual remark made by one of the characters in the story, it spreads like rumor, it spreads like wildfire, and the conclusion is very humorous. The famous idiom, making a mountain out of a molehill, suits this story really well. So what do you understand by making a mountain of a molehill? So when something is really very small, which is not very important, but when you blow it out of proportion, okay, when the information is like a molehill, and when you blow it out of proportion, it becomes a mountain. So that means you are exaggerating things, or you're blowing things out of proportion, which is not required. So that idiom suits this story really well, right? So let us look at characters. You have characters named Natu, Sitaram, Seth Govindra, Mrs. Prakash, Mr. and Mrs. Bhushan, the barber, the old gentleman, Mr. Jugal Kishore, and the villagers. These are the characters of the story. Now, look at the summary here. The boy who broke the bank, by Ruskin Bond. The name of the bank here they've given us People Nagar Bank, owned by Seth Govindram. So let us look at the summary now. So here if you see, the story starts with Nathu, who is a sweeper at the bank owned by Seth Govindram. He is not happy with his job, and he shows his dissatisfaction by sweeping the stairs outside the bank in a very hurried way. He's not very happy. Okay, and anybody who would look at his face at that point would clearly know that he is in a bad temper and who is not very happy doing his job. So if you look at the picture here, Sitaram, who is a dhobi by profession, who passes that side, looks at Nathu. Sitaram carries a huge bundle of clothes on his head. Okay, so and he's walking barefooted. So when he looks at Nathu, he inquires as to why Nathu is very unhappy. Nathu tells him, yes, the bank has not paid me. I'm very unhappy because I have not got my salary. Okay. So now Sitaram is like, oh, the bank has not paid you salary. Okay. So this was a casual remark made by Nathu that he's unhappy because he has not received his salary. That's all. And Sitaram, who also understands this from him, thinks a lot about it. And when he goes to deliver the clothes to one of his clients, there he overhears the client, talking about that she's looking out for a sweeper boy. He immediately remembers about Nathu, okay, and then he informs Mrs. Prakash, the client, that he has gone to deliver the clothes, saying that he knows one sweeper boy who works at the local bank. He is very unhappy there as the bank has not paid him. Sitaram actually thinks that he is helping his friend by trying to get a job for him, because when Nathu tells him about the bank not paid his salary and that he may look out for a job, was just out of frustration, and it was a casual remark. Sitaram, who tells Mrs. Prakash that the bank has no money, the bank has not paid his employees, even a sweeper boy salary is not paid, which is actually again cooking up stories, isn't it? So he tells Mrs. Prakash about it, and he thinks that he is going to just help his friend to look out for a job. Now, Mrs. Prakash, when steps out for the market, she meets Mrs. Bhushan, her friend there. There, she exaggerates that the bank has not paid its employees and that she has heard this information directly from the sweeper boy. Again, which is not correct. We know that Nathu has told this to Sitaram as a casual comment, and Sitaram has just passed on the information. So now Mrs. Bhushan is very shocked and surprised. Oh, such a big bank has no money to pay its employees? What is this? So then she decides to discuss the same with her husband, is waiting for her at his friend's Mr. Jugal Kishore's shop. So she tells Mr. Bhushan, she spices up the story and says, this bank, which has not paid its employees, it has no money. What is this? Imagine such a big bank not paying its employees. What are they doing? Now, Mr. Jugal Kishore, who hears the rumor, is very panicked when he hears that the bank does not have money to pay its employees. He then goes to his friend, okay, who is a barber by profession, whose shop is next to him, and he tells him, you know what? The bank is about to collapse. The bank has no money. The bank has not paid its employees. What is happening? What is the owner doing? Where is the owner? This is wrong. So you know how the stories cook up, right? You know how rumors are spread. That's why I said this is very wrong to spread rumors unless and until we really know whether it's right or not. What should Mrs. Prakash do? She should first dial the bank's number and try to find out, or go directly and meet the bank members and find out, or at least make a call and find out whether the information that she has heard from Sitaram is correct. If she finds it correct, then she can discuss it. But when probably if she would have done that, she would have gotten information and the information is purely false. Then the spread of information would have stopped then and there. Rather, she passes on the information to her friend. Her friend then passes on the information to her husband. Her husband then tells it to his friend. Now his friend comes here and tells the same to the barber, who is his neighbor. The barber, when hears this and is cutting the hair of an elderly gentleman, now this gentleman is really shocked because he holds an account in the bank and he's now worried about his money. Oh my God, the employees have not paid the bank. I mean, the bank has not paid the employees. The bank has no money. What is this? I have invested my money in the bank. Now, what will I do if the bank is going to collapse? What will happen to my money? So he's just halfway done. Okay, but he's so panicked and so worried that he goes to a shop which is just set opposite to the barber shop, to dial the number and to find out what is happening. And when he goes there, he finds out that the owner is out of station. So now he confirms, yes, so whatever I've heard is correct. The bank is going to collapse. And the word spreads like wildfire. People are just discussing about it. The people in the town are just getting mad over the information, and all of them line up to the bank. Those who have money line up because they are very worried about their money. The gossip mongers who just want to enjoy, they also line up there. And finally, they all attack the bank manager who is in a position not knowing what to do. So whoever comes first, he gives them money, whatever liquid cash is available in the bank. Liquid cash is the cash which is available on a particular day with the bank. So when that is also exhausted, he then requests the people to come the next day. He says, whatever you have heard is wrong. I will pay you the money. The bank will pay you the money. Your money is safe. We are not going to collapse. The bank is not going to collapse. He tries his best. Then there's police intervention. They all discuss, and finally, the crowd is requested to disperse from them, asking them to come the next day. But during this chaos and mess, people try to, break the glass panes which are there in the bank, try to throw stones, and there is total chaos there, total mess there outside the bank, where you have glass pieces, stones spread everywhere. But the crowd then finally disperses, thinking about, yes, they would come the next day because that's the commitment given by the bank manager. The next morning when Nathu comes there, he's surprised to find so many things, all the mess spread here and there. And he's like, what is happening? Is the bank really going, is the bank really going to close down? Why? What is the reason? And are these people mad who have created this ruckus here? And he's now, without salary, I'm already working and now I have to clear this mess also. And he's so upset that he murmurs to himself and actually scolds the people who have done that, not knowing that his own casual comment that he made to his friend has taken this shape. So basically, the humor part is he himself curses the other people, not knowing that he was the one who started it, as a casual comment. And then it got spread to Sitaram, from Sitaram to Mrs. Prakash to Mr. Bhushan, Mrs. Bhushan to Mr. Bhushan, from there to Mr. Jugal Kishore, from there to the barber, then the old gentleman, and that's all. The rumor is spread like a wildfire. So what do we understand by reading this lesson? We understand a message that is there behind a humorous situation. Okay, we can understand how a situation can become humorous with just gossip spreading across. Identifying humor and gossip as the central character of the story. So as you travel, as you learn, as you read the lesson, you can understand how a casual statement converts into a gossip and then into a rumor, and how it is spread across as a humor. And at the end, when Nathu thinks about what the hell, the bank is going to collapse, he doesn't understand that it was he or it was his comment that actually started this information. How should we react to rumors and steps to stop to spread it further? So as I said, we should not discuss anything which is wrong, or we should not discuss any information that doesn't have a proper origin. So we should check the information and try to stop the information We should try to stop spreading such information. And how do we overcome miscommunication? We should definitely go back and check whether the information is correct. When you hear the information from someone saying that this is an information about the third person, go to that person, go to that place and find out whether the information is correct. Or if you think the information is wrong, stop it. Don't discuss about it after that. In this way, you're going to stop spreading rumors, you're going to overcome miscommunication. You won't be responsible for discussing anything which is wrong or discussing anything that is not correct. So you will not gossip. So this is the information we learn from this lesson. This is the learning outcomes that we get from this lesson is talk only truth. Discuss something which is very true. Don't be the reason to spread rumors. Don't gossip because it's not good for anyone's life. So I hope you understood the basic story, the theme, and the summary. And I hope you will enjoy reading the lesson. Thank you, students. Thank you for your patience.